Hey YouTube, I'm doing outstanding. Today I am here with my buddy Noah.
Hey.
And we're going to be doing kind of a news thing. Just things that have been in the news recently, at least for us. Neither of us are really big into the news.
Especially not political news.
Yeah, definitely. It's just not my thing. In general, I like to focus on just the world around me instead. But here we are with the news that we do know.
And that we generally care about.
Yeah. So, Minecraft. Minecraft recently had their Minecon Live, which is like the fourth name for it now.
Yeah, wasn't it called Minecon Earth?
Yes, it was. But they had to change that because of Minecraft Earth.
Yeah, whatever.
Either way, it's silly.
I just wish they'd go back to just having a Minecon.
So, in general, the stuff they announced was relatively boring. A lot of it was unexpected, but honestly, I didn't care much for a lot of it because quite a bit of it I found people already knew about. You know,
yeah.
like right here in this list that we're looking at, Minecraft Earth incoming.
Yeah, we've known about Minecraft Earth since like the beginning of summer.
Now they did move it, I believe, from alpha into beta.
Yeah.
So more people are getting to test it out, but that's about it.
Yeah, but I want to test it out. I want to play Minecraft.
I'll wait until it's a little bit more polished. I'm okay with that. Seth Bling is playing it right now. He got to play it in the alpha, and that's kind of cool.
I really want...
I'm not surprised at all either.
I want, like, a Minecraft house on my bedside table that I can tuck my phone inside at night.
That's what the 3D printer is for.
Yeah.
You can actually... I have a program on here where you can convert your Minecraft world into a 3D printable object.
Oh, so. Yes. I think I've heard of that.
Anyway, so... The main thing that a lot of people cared about in this Minecon was picking between the three biomes that would actually be updated.
And generally...
And the options were the Badlands, which was the least interesting one, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Swamp, which was the most disgusting one that I didn't care for. Because I don't like swamps. I refuse to go in them anytime I see them. I hate them. I think they're stupid. Plus, they already have a lot of features. They already have different colored water, different colored leaves, and witch huts. Like, they don't need any new features. And then the last one was mountains, which is easily the coolest part of the game that gets left out in normal game generation. So, in my opinion, I'm glad that mountains won. Noah doesn't care. He wanted swamps.
Yeah. I wanted the...
Because he's Shrek.
I wanted the trees, and I wanted the boats. Didn't really care about the frogs. The frogs...
I mean, the boats, I guess, could have been kind of interesting with chests in them, but they'll come anyway.
Yeah, that's what they said about the... What was it last year that they had? The Savannah, the one that... The Taiga, and the...
Oh, shit, you're right, didn't they?
Yeah. What was the third one?
The one that got selected.
Savannah. The Taiga was selected.
Oh, the Taiga was?
There was Savannah, Taiga, and... Desert?
No, Desert was... Oh, yeah, Desert was last year, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Watch, like, after this update, they'll just update all four of the ones that weren't.
Yeah, that'd be a way cooler update. What would they call that? The
biomes update.
The update that changed the world. Oh, wait, they already did that.
Honestly, I am excited for the mountains. I don't care about the goats.
Yeah, neither do I. Unless they give you milk.
Or you're able to ride them upwards up blocks. Because
or they give you cheese.
Or you could ride them up blocks.
Speaking of...
I would love to see some 90-degree goats.
Yep. They're just
licking
on a
salt.
Wall. Licking salt.
Yeah, that's why they do that. They climb up mountains. In real life, that's why they do it. They wanted salt in the mountains.
Salty.
Because salt licks. Anyway, you were saying?
Good segue into... Oh, wait. That's not the next thing on the list. Heck. Minecraft Dungeons. Perfect. I know, right?
That's a great segue. Yeah, Minecraft Dungeons, I mean, it looks mildly entertaining, but it also looks like it's not even closely related to Minecraft, except for, like, the textures.
I think it'll be fun.
I don't doubt it'll be fun. It's just not Minecraft.
I mean, that's... Yeah, but
I think this is one of those things where it's like, oh, God, you know...
It'd be like if they made a Call of Duty game and it was a boat simulator.
A little bit, yeah. No. So there's like a really famous game. I can't remember what it's called though. But it was made as a World of Warcraft mod, and then they just made it into their own game. I think that's kind of like this. It's like it probably was done in Minecraft first, and now they're making it into a real game. They just happen to work for Mojang. So yeah. That's what it feels like. It feels like it was just a generic game anyway that you could have played inside of Minecraft anyway.
Well, I mean the
not the particular top-down style, but even then,
that's like been around since like the early days with Diablo. Yeah. So
I don't know. I never played Diablo.
Neither did I. But I just know that that's what it is.
The one thing on this list that I know the least amount about is Minecraft builders and biomes. Like, it's supposed to be some sort of board game. Move over chess. Your days are numbered. Because I still can't play more than 3 moves before losing pathetically. That's what it says here. I'm just reading it. Because we're launching our first Minecraft board game. Developed by Ravensburger in collaboration with Mojang, Minecraft Builders and Biomes lets you explore the overworld, mine rare resources, build fabulous structures, and collect weapons to defeat the mobs lurking around every corner. Build cleverly and fight bravely to score the most experience points and win the game. Builders and Biomes will be available later this year. I know nothing about it except for what I just read for the first time. So,
I'm not really a board game kind of guy. The most fun board game I've played in a while is Catan, and we have that digitally now, so.
That's true, and we'll probably do that at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe even tonight, who knows.
Like, one of his past videos, we played chess.
Did we end up playing chess? I don't think we played Life and
we played... It wasn't on the game.
Yeah,
it was on the website.
We did play chess. I like chess.
And now, speaking of blocks.
Yes. Honey blocks were added, but we already knew about this, I think.
No, I think this was the one thing that it was implied.
I guess it was implied, but what wasn't implied was what it could do.
Yeah.
Which was... it's sticky. It slows you down.
When you jump into it from a wall, you just kind of slowly slide down it.
And I think that'll be useful. I think you could do a lot of interesting things, especially since, like... Can you apply the slime block effect to other blocks using commands and shit?
I don't think so.
Because you can apply the sand effect.
Yeah, but the slime block is bound... I don't know.
Because if you can, then I could definitely see some interesting, like, mountain climbing type things done in vanilla with this.
Maybe, but you can only go down, not up.
Right, but like I'm saying, like you could jump down and like slide down and maybe have an increased jump, for like parkour or something.
Yeah. There was also the fact that if you're standing in it, you can't jump.
Interesting. Yeah, I know. I didn't actually watch the video, so.
I did. I watched it live. I had to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Creator tools. I did see a little bit of this.
Is this the API for mods kind of thing?
Sort of. It's more like the scripting and whatnot inside of the game. Which I'm not really sure how that's...
Like, it's giving an example that you can use the editor stick for, which is one of the things that they added using the scripting engine. Making a sign rotate or make crops fully grown. And, like, that's good and all for map makers. But,
well, and I saw one where, like, somebody built an entire home just by flicking the stick, so it's like...
Yeah, that doesn't seem very interesting. You can already do that in Java.
Right. It's not going to be something intended for the layman, really.
I wouldn't think that the modding API would be either. But it looks like it could be used to help segue that.
Also saying something here about data-driven player rendering, which I would assume means something similar to being able to see VR players move naturally.
Players will be able to use these new scripted tools to completely replace what a player looks like in the game. Oh, that might be segueing into the character avatars?
Yeah, I think... But that I don't think that's the same thing that they're talking about here.
Oh, yeah, Realms Plus.
It's basically the same price as regular 10-person Realms, and you get stuff out of the marketplace.
Yeah, even when I was watching the show, it was like flew under the radar. I didn't know what they were talking about.
It didn't matter.
Now, the character creator...
Also doesn't matter.
I think it'll be fun. I probably will stick to my regular old creeper jacket skin, but...
It'll allow for better customization for those who don't know how to just get a skin anyway.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it says something about working on Java as well in the thing, but
Windows
this
10,
doesn't. This just says
Switch.
Bedrock and Minecraft Earth.
Well, that's like 60% of the player base right now.
That's true. Yeah.
Capes.
The first cape available will be the Founder's Cape. Whoa!
I mean, I'm gonna get it,
I feel like, realistically,
assuming it doesn't cost money. Actually,
it probably will.
yeah.
I feel like the first cape should really be, like,
The original Minecon cape, the black and red creeper cape.
or even cooler. It would be cool if they gave you a cape based on how long you've had your account.
Yeah. So just mine would just be a 9 because I've been playing it for 9 years.
Yeah. Now, this one came out of the absolute fucking blue. The Nether update. Just like that segue. Completely out of the fucking blue.
Yep.
I'm really excited for the new biomes in there. Particularly the Soul Sand Valley looks really cool.
It's
gonna be shitty walking through it, though.
The first thing I'm gonna do, get some soul sand and replace the fire on my fireplace because blue flames are the new ticket item. Hot ticket.
I really want to see what kind of mobs came from those skeletons, though.
Oh, right? Yeah, those giant skeletons. And what is that stalactite hanging from the ceiling? That looks like
stalactites and stalagmites now.
That does not look like netherrack or soul sand. That looks like another new type of block.
Yeah, there's a couple new types of blocks, because if you look over here, and you guys can't really see this on your screen, but there's this weird texture on this new block over here that's not soul sand.
Yeah, I see that.
A lot of people are saying that that's probably soul stone. But yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
But there's also other biomes, like the Netherwart Forest, red.
Red and blue. I wonder if they're going to come out with green and yellow later.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a joke. Because it's red and blue. I really like the red one because it's got like these sparks coming out of the floor, and look at that new dirt.
Or whatever that's supposed to be.
Right.
I hope those are trees.
I do hope those are trees and that you can actually like mine that and bring it back to the overworld or whatever. I think it'd be cool.
And like wood for the nether.
Yeah, they're just netherwort forests. I think they're probably mushrooms. They're giant netherworts, maybe. Is the intent. Kind of like the mushroom forest.
Yeah.
Deliberately designed by our meanest level designers to make you get lost. If you just go in one direction, you can't get lost.
Yeah, that's what they all say, but then they end up finding their shoe again.
I'm personally not for that twisty new nether fungi on the floor, apparently is what it says here. I'm not really a fan of the blue.
Yeah, I think they should keep the
terrible.
darker colors. Maybe it should be like an obsidian or darker blue.
I'm sure with a little bit time, by the time the update comes out, I think it'll be changed. I don't think this will be the final texture.
Yeah, because it's like red, black, dark browns, blue. Yeah, those are all the same shade, right?
Yeah. And then, what's a new biome without a new mob to cause chaos in it? Meet the Piglin Beast, which we know for a fact they're trying to change the name of.
Yes.
A lot of people have been suggesting the Nether Hog.
Nah.
Because Nether Wart, Nether Hog, I don't know.
Nah, I don't think it should have Nether in its name.
It's clearly based on a warthog.
You should just call it the hog.
Or the Piglin Hog or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why it's called a Piglin Beast anyway. That's just stupid.
Oh, speaking of that word, Piglin.
Yeah, Piglins. As far as I can tell, they've renamed the zombie pigmen to zombified Piglins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait,
okay. So there's piglins and then there's zombified piglins, is what it says here. So zombie pigmen are different.
Huh.
So zombie pigmen will still exist. Piglins are actually living forms of them. Okay, I didn't get that at all in the video. As far as I can tell. They've renamed them to zombified piglins, and then they're introducing a new mob being the piglins. So, as far as I can tell...
Okay, I see.
Yeah. That means that the zombie pigmen are still around, but these are the living versions of that, similar to like the villagers and zombified villagers.
So, do you think that they'll still be neutral, the zombie piglin?
Yeah, I mean, the piglins themselves are neutral as far as I know.
Assuming you're wearing golden armor. Wear golden armor and the piglins will ignore you unless you start rifling in their chests.
Yeah, it's weird.
I believe
it is possible to trade with piglins, but don't expect the same experience as trading with villagers. They will be known as bartering, and it will be less friendly.
I believe that they mentioned that it might not even have a UI. You just throw stuff on the ground and they like throw stuff back. I remember hearing something about that.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. They look like interesting people, and people will create farms out of them. I guarantee it.
Well, all I know is that people are definitely going to be shooting them with their bows.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But there's a new thing that people can shoot at.
Oh, that is true. The target block, which I am surprised hasn't existed before.
I mean,
it's been made in many, many mods, probably since the beginning of bow and arrow.
Yep.
It's basically just a target, exactly what you'd expect. The closer you get to the center, the higher output signal it will do.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Probably a bitch and a half to program, just from the assumption there.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to record pretty much every single fucking pixel on the block.
Yep. Or at least the color, the 3 rows of white, probably.
Yeah. Oh. All right,
I thought they were talking about a lot more stuff after that, but I guess the
No,
target
that
block.
was about it.
Oh no, I think that's the point where they started talking about the scripting AI in the thing. Yeah. Oh no, wait. This is the part where they segued in really bad mini games.
Yeah, don't doubt that.
I enjoy Minecraft. I like the people that make it, but whoever thought that putting in those mini games in the middle of the Minecon, unless it was there to like hide transitions between set pieces, it was completely useless, and I don't think that they should have done it.
So, this is a terrible segue, but I'm going to segue anyway. Minecraft has created Minecraft Earth. Earth is getting a biome update. We're moving into the Nether in real life. And that's my terrible segue into climate change. And that's not really a laughing matter, but it is absolutely something serious that we need to take care of as soon as possible. And I know this doesn't really fit with this video so far.
No,
but in the future, I think it helps to kind of address these kinds of topics with a bit of humor, in my opinion, because if you're too serious about it, people just don't care, Everybody's serious these days. But you have to be able to laugh at some things, especially when they're as frightening as climate change. So yeah, welcome to the Nether, guys. It's gonna get warmer. Real excited. I had a dream last night actually that a meteor had struck and we had gone into another ice age, and it was kind of nice.
I've had plenty of dreams lately about volcanoes, but they've never been scary. But that's
I wouldn't call it scary. I mean, it just got cold and like blotted out the sun for like 1 month. Yeah. I don't know what kind of damage that would do to Earth, but
maybe that's what we should do to stop climate change. Throw a meteor at us.
Actually, I was watching a video from oh god, who is he? The Thor-looking dude who does science stuff.
Because science?
Yes. And he was talking about these rods from God.
Yes.
They like
Project Thor?
Yeah, Project Thor, where they take telephone pole-sized steel rods and then jettison them down from space. But there's talk that they could potentially hit with the force of a nuke.
Jesus.
But without causing the radiation. And so, you get one big enough, like maybe the size of a bus. Maybe you cause another, like hit it in the just right spot, like in the middle of a desert, get a bunch of sand into the air, cause maybe a haboob.
Haboob?
That's what they're called.
I know, but haboob.
Maybe, block out the sun for like a week, see what that does.
I think what we need to do is get rid of all the carbon dioxide that's in the air already, otherwise
that'd be a good
coming back.
That'd be a good way to deal with it.
But we're looking for Band-Aid solutions. Yes, I forgot.
I was thinking maybe we'll just take a giant ice cube and drop it in the ocean every couple 100 years.
Yep.
If anyone gets a reference.
Well, no, when does Halley's Comet come back? It's like 7 years?
I don't know.
I don't know. Or was it 70 years?
It's once every 76 years or something like that.
Next time, just throw it at the Antarctic ice sheet.
Here.
I think that would...
When will Halley's Comet come back?
According to Cool Cosmos, Caltech, Halley's Comet will next appear in the night sky in the year 2062.
Holy crap.
So we got a little ways to go.
Yep. I think the 8.5 year
I'm pretty sure we'll be
time
dead
scale,
before then.
Yeah. Us specifically, maybe or maybe not related to climate change, probably be dead by then.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it'll be climate change that kills us. I think, as far as I've been able to gather from numbers gathered by other people, gathered by other people on top of that too, people have talked about that like we're only maybe 20 years away from absolutely irreversible damage. Like right now we're in a stage where we are still technically reversible, but we're also suffering from damage from 50 years ago. And so we kind of ramped up productions, in the 90s and things like that. And so it's going to be painful to see what these next couple decades are going to be like. And I absolutely hate the fact that we have to be alive during this time. Suffering in a world that we didn't create.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. I find it really sad that humans are so intelligent and we've evolved so quickly in such a short amount of time that we don't know how to deal with it. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, look at the technology that we have. We don't know how to... Like, the phone that I carry around with me has so much more power than anything that they ever had, 20 years ago. Like, even a supercomputer couldn't compare to this back then. And this is a phone that I throw across the room sometimes. I shouldn't, because it's expensive. But it's like, my mouse has a smarter computer in it. My mouse! Than the rocket that landed us on the moon. That's fucking insane. and oh man, yeah, it's a weird world we live in, and I'm not a huge fan.
Well, there's not really much people like us can do except wait it out. Wait out, see what happens.
Well, that's not entirely true. We could
join the marches that happen every Friday.
Yeah, and
I work Fridays.
Well, so do I, but that's why they do it on a Friday. Is if you're not going against the system, they're not going to care. They talked about that, or Greta did, and she said that when they do marches on Sundays, nothing happens. Nobody cares. So they did it on a Friday because then people are like, why are these kids out of school? Why aren't you at work? It gives a little bit more energy to the fight.
Yeah.
Brings a little bit more attention to it, etc., etc. And I might take a Friday off at some point, but I don't know. I don't feel like my marching is going to make a difference, I want to look into actually solving the problem. Marching is great, but all that's doing is getting, political attention. It's not getting anything done as far as,
we need to find something that'll solve this problem besides just stopping what we're doing now.
Well, and that's the thing is people have done the numbers. If we stopped all coal production or like all coal use right now, absolutely 0%, we still would suffer for decades to come. Yes. We need to actually physically take the carbon out of the air, and that's the only way we're going to be able to fix this. The problem is we don't know how.
The best idea that I've come up with on my minutes just thinking about it are literally just airplanes scrubbing the atmosphere, and that's the best that I can
was just
think
thinking
of.
Something like that, where maybe you take a giant fucking filter and just run it through the sky. I don't know how well that would work, and I don't know the amount of force you would need to be able to The hard part with that is you'd have to have some pretty hefty weights on the bottom so that it doesn't just, go horizontal. And then you'd have to have a really massive plane or 2 helicopters flying in unison or something.
You know what this means? Bring Bring back dirigibles.
The fuck's a dirigible?
The Hindenburg.
Oh God, no.
No. See, that's how we'll get rid of the stuff once we gather it.
We just blow it up. That's so dark.
Oh, yeah.
No.
But that's something that we could use as these, like, huge blimps, because they're relatively cost-friendly, because they're literally just lighter than air. You just have them go around the planet, just grabbing what they can. Just have, like, 100 of them, and that, I can't imagine that would do terribly.
The only other thing I could think of is follow early, well, not just early, follow like early Russian style of megalomania, and just make a really giant fucking air filter where it will suck in air at like metric tons, pump it through a filter, and then put it back out.
Yeah.
Just make a giant fucking one. I don't think that would work effectively over the entire planet, though. I think that'd be great.
You need to have
area.
one like. You need to have something like that in every city.
And even then, like, you would have to have like the force of a goddamn tornado to do anything.
Yep.
And
I think the only thing that would work would be. I mean,
we should punch another hole in the ozone.
No, that didn't help. I mean, it's CO2 that's the biggest thing, which is
Yeah. Well, and so for those of you who don't know, the main cause of CO2 emissions is not cars, like a lot of people think.
No,
it's
cars
livestock. Cars were like less than 40%.
Yeah.
Livestock is the biggest issue, and it'd be nice if we could all just go vegan. I can't.
I like the Impossible Burger.
I really like to eat meat. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I could help it. I really could, but
just eat a different kind of meat that doesn't literally fart global warming.
We all do. No, I think we fart something else. I don't know what our farts are made of.
Methane.
Shit.
Yeah.
Realistically, we need to deal with that more than anything else, and that's going to be the hardest part because people don't want to change. People really don't. So what we really need is another mass extinction. Just get rid of maybe
cows.
I was thinking humans, but whatever. No, if you actually do look at cows, there are a few species of cows that are literally only preserved because we eat them. Like,
yep.
Now, it's not the same thing as like there are some species of dogs that were specifically bred because we wanted them, like poodles.
Chihuahuas.
Yeah, like there are a few species of dogs that simply never existed before humans.
Yep.
Well, modern humans, that is, because these are like, I think the pug, as we know it today, was only made in like the 1980s. It's fucking weird. Anyway, like, so there's a lot of people who like want to just end the cows, but like they're also not vegans. They still want to eat meat, and so they eat like chickens and whatnot. But that's still not gonna help. I mean, we have so much land devoted to animals, and yet we leave our just homeless. Like, we don't try to help them at all. And like I saw something that was going on in L.A. where some dude was just like, I'll just give you an apartment. We'll put you through we'll help you get off drugs, basically, is what it was. And then we'll help you get a job. And then you can pay us back. If you want to, like a donation or helping out. But the thing is we have more than enough money in the world. I mean, just look at Jeff Bezos. That man makes more money than anyone could ever really use. He could easily pay wages for tons of people. Just help them get out of their situation and back into being a productive member of society. It's not that hard. I wish I could. I don't have that kind of money, though. I can't pay 2 people off of my wage.
No.
And continue to live here.
I don't know what I would do with that kind of money. I'd probably give a lot of it away.
Well, the first thing I would do is I would buy like one of those multi-story buildings like downtown or something, and then sanction it for free housing to help people who need it. Not, like broke college students. Like, that's not the same thing. No. You're going to college. That's fucking expensive, but you're able to. That's different. I'm talking about people who are straight up homeless and need help. That's what I would like to do someday, and there are a lot of risks with that because, well, homeless are usually on drugs, and people on drugs don't tend to think clearly. But there's usually a reason for somebody to be homeless because they either had a bad home growing up, or they've got some sort of mental issue that they weren't able to cope with in the society that they were raised in, and we can help with that. It would be really easy if I had a lot of money. It's also really easy to talk about this because I have no money. Yeah. If I had a lot of money, I'd probably be a bit more selfish, to be realistic.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, I'd be able to figure out the math and be like, dude, I can't do anything with this anyway. What am I going to do? Give it to my children? Fuck no, they didn't earn it. I did. I'll give it to homeless people.
Yeah, that's... I mean...
No, I don't have children, by the way. That was just like a theoretical future.
Yeah.
No, but I would like to do something similar to like what Bill Gates does. If I had money, that is. I'm not saying I will ever have that kind of money, but if I ever had that money. Because, like, a lot of people know, like, what he's doing out in, like, third world countries. He's putting in, actual sewage systems that actually work. Compared to them just kind of putting it in a giant pit.
Ugh.
It's unsanitary as hell. Their kids are getting sick all the time. Also, I didn't know that Bill and Melinda had a child.
I didn't either. But then again, I don't really follow
them. I don't follow them either. I tried to watch that documentary or whatever on Netflix, and it's like...
They have a documentary on Netflix?
Yeah, it's about, like, who they are as people and about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and things like that, and that's where I learned most of this information. But...
I mean, I've heard of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
They kept saying diarrhea. I was
diarrhea.
I was trying to eat at the time, and I was just like, I can't watch this, man. I cannot watch this, and you cannot keep saying diarrhea.
You have said diarrhea one too many times. I am turning this off.
They said it like 14 times in a period of like 10 minutes.
Yep, that's too much diarrhea.
It's like...
The optimal amount of diarrhea is none.
Yeah, Bill Gates... Now, we've said it like a shit ton of times, too, but Bill Gates was standing there. It's like, these kids are dying of diarrhea. I've never seen a kid die of diarrhea. My kid will never have diarrhea. It's like, Jesus, Bill, we get it.
You don't like diarrhea. Nobody does. If you find a person that likes diarrhea, please introduce me to them, because I'll have a lot of things to say to them.
Don't introduce me to them. I don't want to fucking talk to them. Anyway, that's enough diarrhea. The main point being is that, like, that's not all he's done, though. Like, one thing that I had no idea he was even closely involved with was nuclear reactors.
What?
Yeah, he invested in, not the thorium reactors, but another type of reactor that takes purely spent fuel and just continues to use it. Because we stop using spent fuel when it still has, like, millions of years to go. Because it's not producing as much power. But we can do, like, a trickle charge type thing out of just tons of nuclear waste and still get the same amount. And it doesn't create plutonium, which they use in nuclear bombs, which is the main reason we use uranium-235 in the first place. Because it splits off into plutonium, which then they put into the fucking bombs.
Yep.
It's fucking... And that's the entire reason the RBMK-1000 reactor was made. And that stands for... oh god, what is it? High pressure channel type reactor in Russian. Because obviously RBMK doesn't fit high channel power type reactor. But, and that's what Chernobyl was.
As well as several others.
Right. Well, we don't employ that type in America. We never have.
Yeah.
Because it's dangerous. It has a very, very, very bad negative void coefficient.
Not to mention, it's way too easy to have something that like Chernobyl happen because the lack of safety standards.
Well, yeah, it's not just that. So the main problem that went on with Chernobyl was really many things going wrong all at once.
Yep.
First of all, it's oh god, what are they called?
Graphite?
Yeah, water graphite reactor. So basically, what happened was,
They were
the really funny thing with it is they were afraid that they would lose power when they shut it off too quickly, and so instead of the control rods that go in, they're meant to stop the reaction, but they wanted to not lose any reaction while it was going. So while the rods are completely up, but the thing is that a bit of the graphite was still showing, like at the top, because they couldn't just have them closed off. So they covered the tips of the control rods with the oh god, what was it? I think it was like zinc or something. No, that's not right. I can't remember the material, but they covered the tips with the
tungsten.
That might be right, but I don't think so. It doesn't matter. They covered it with this material that promotes reaction, and so for the first few microseconds after they start dropping the control rods, the reaction actually goes up before it goes down. And that's part of what happened. It went up and went too far up and caused this unstoppable reaction, which boiled the water away, which stopped it from cooling down. And then it exploded. And what actually exploded was the steam. And it's crazy because they had this door on top that weighed like 13 tons, and it flipped it into the air like a penny, like off your thumb, and it flipped and landed almost vertically from what they were showing in the pictures. It's like, that's frightening.
Yeah.
That is goddamn frightening. But I was reading Midnight in Chernobyl, and the way that they described it was that a lot of the Russians actually thought the U.S. was attacking when the explosion happened, because they were told that this reactor cannot explode.
Oh, yeah. That's propaganda.
There was so much propaganda at the time, because they were also told that if they drank vodka, radioactivity wouldn't hurt them.
I mean, it's half true.
It's not even close to half true.
I know.
But they were also told that if they simply thought they couldn't get hurt, then they wouldn't be hurt. And so that a lot of them just went like, so what?
And then they died.
A lot of... Jesus. But a lot of people who worked in the reactor had no idea what was going on in the reactor itself. They were just there, working. And that's frightening. And we don't allow that kind of stuff here in America. For good reason. What?
I heard voices.
That's okay. We're recording. You're making a lot of noise doing that. Well,
you can just cut all that out.
I don't cut. Anyway. So, this is a very weird podcast here. We talked about Chernobyl, Minecraft, global warming in general.
Climate change,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, global climate change. What else is there to talk about? Arduinos. I like Arduinos, and there will be more videos on that coming up. So,
I made bread.
I can't see my face, but I'm just... I was gonna say we made flashlights because using LEDs and buttons and that may not sound cool, but it was pretty fucking cool. Okay, fuck you. It was on a breadboard and we just put buttons and cables and shit. It was fucking cool. Okay, fuck you. I made an RGB fucking flashlight, motherfucker.
And I made bread. Homemade. from scratch. Kind of. I used already grained flour.
He also made pumpkin pie, and it was pretty good. But anyway.
Did we put that back in the fridge?
Probably not, but we're still recording. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Have a good one.